This is the Regal Safe RS50 domestic alarm panel from 1991. Panels from this era generally did not have LCD screens. For instance, the Scantronic 9100 had two 7-segment displays. To program a function in engineer's mode, you entered a 2-digit code, such as 01 to change zone 1. Then you could go through the functions that were based on the 0 to 9 on the keypad. The LED display would show a number depending what the option was set to. Function 99 enter was to leave engineer's mode, and conveniently option 98 was to default programming, a mistake you only made once. One of the panels that featured an LCD screen before the 90s was the Scantronic 9500. An LCD screen was a big advantage as you could see what you were programming, rather than relying on an LED or digit that was supposed to mean something. This brings us nicely to the Regal Safe RS50. The version above this had a nice LCD screen, but not this one. This one is mainly designed for domestics. From all my experience of working on all kinds of old alarm panels over the years, this must be the most difficult one I've ever had to work out. And I'm in possession of the engineer's manual. Without it, this little panel would have been in the skip. Actually, it wouldn't have got past the boot of my car, because I do rather like this panel. This video goes through the complete programming of the panel, using bleeping noises to determine which mode or block you are programming. So really, that's where the video starts. Check out how difficult this panel is to program. Lights are these for. So that's the block that you're programming. So enter program mode, ensure the system. Oh, okay, we've done all that. Right, so let's just try that a moment. Move to block and block, press the star button. Okay. Move around in each side block, so let's try that one. Alright, so that's a good start. Alright, take 2. Then I'll reset it all again. There's a reboot button. So slide the engineer switch SW1 to the R position. It's in the R position already. Press the reboot button, siren will sound, then switch it back to P. So reboot button is up here. That's it. Star 6666. The siren tone will change to a quiet clicking tone. Slide the engineer switch SW1 down to the R position. So we've got a nice clicking tone, down to the R position. Okay. Enter star 1234. It is only necessary to carry out the above procedure when an RS50 is to be programmed after power up. So that's what we're doing essentially. So we need to do star 1234. Love the ticking noise as you press these buttons. Okay, back to where we were before. We have a tamper lit, which is probably because we've got the lid open, so that should be okay. Right, so block 1 is a clicking tone, block 2 is a continuous tone, block 3 is an intermittent tone, block 4 is a fast intermittent tone. Strange panel this one. So to enter programming, ensure the panel is not set, remove the panel lid, the alarm will sound, okay it's open already. Ensure that the engineer switch SW1 is in the R position, it is. If the switch is in a P position, follow that, we've done that already. Slide the engineer SW1 to the P position, okay. Enter the engineer's code, all the 6s. The siren tone will change to a clicking and the green open LED will illuminate. All the 6s. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. The clicking tone indicates you are in the zone functions block. The green open LED indicates you are at zone 4. Programming zones 4, 5 or 6 use the zone functions table section 14A to J. Right, okay, so to make programming changes, sound, click in, block, zone functions, status light on, open. Status light on, open. So zone 4 is the lounge PIR. Program zone 4 using the zone functions table. When complete, press the hash, fault LED will illuminate. Ah, I see, right, okay, so zone 4 is that one. Zone 5 is the fault LED. Zone 6 is the no mains LED. Oh my goodness. And then these LEDs here, 1, 2 and 3, the little LEDs in the corners of the buttons indicate which mode that zone's on. So then we're programming zone 4 apparently. So zone 4, we've got 6 lit. Right, okay. Oh my goodness. So if you want zone 4 as a panic button, for example, you have to have indicator 1 and 3 on. So that one and that one lit. 1 and 3 on for a panic button, that's what it's saying here. Okay, this is very different from what I'm used to. If you want a final exit circuit, it's 1 and 2 on. Right, so this is on 6. So what functions do we have here? So for the landing PIR, well, that's going to be emitted on a part set. So we want auto emit on chime, auto emit on part guard. So we want number 5 selected there. So how do you select number 5? You just press it? Yes, you do. So we've got toggle that one off. So we've now got function H selected. Auto emit on part guard. Oh no, sorry, that's a lounge PIR. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we just put it back the way it was. So we turn that one off and put it back on there again. Okay, now we need to move on to the next zone. The above table denotes the zone indication LEDs on buttons 4, 5 and 6 of the keypad. They can be switched off and on by pressing the buttons. We found that out already. Only one of the functions A to F can be applied to each zone. You cannot have 2 knock on an exit. Okay, right, fine. Functions G to H can only be applied in a combination to a zone. And you can have auto emit on chime or on exit route. Okay. Right, okay, so what we got here? So how do I get to zone? Ah, okay, right. So now we need to toggle to the next zone. So 5 will stay the same probably. So to toggle to the next zone, it's so zones 1, 2 and 3 I think are set, and then 5, 6, 4, 5 and 6 are the ones you can change. So what was the function to use get onto the next function? Oh, how do you do that? I think it was the hash or the star. Oh, there we go. To move to block, press the star. Ah, and to move to the next zone is the hash. Right. Move within the block, so it's a hash. So this should toggle to the next one. It does. Look at that. That's how you toggle in and out of the zone, in the zone. So this is zone 4, that's zone 5, that's zone 6. So for zone 4, zone 5, zone 6. So zone 4 we've done already. Zone 5 is the dining room, that can stay as it is, and then 6 is, it's already selected. So it looks like the default program is what we want. So, oh my god, that's the toggle between the different zones. So that's the program zone 4. That's the function that we got selected. So this is the A, B, C, D, E, F. No, it's not. No, sorry. The A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J is the different mode, but it's what LEDs you got on as to what counts. This is so complicated, but so amazing at the same time. So if you want a zone as a panic button, you need 1 and 3 on. If you want it as an exit route, you have to have number 2 on. We have, for zone 4, the 6 LED lit. 6 LED lit on its own is an auto emit on chime, but that's just like a default. So that's zone 4. Zone 5. Zone 5 is okay. Zone 6 we want that's a landing PIR. We want that cut off when we do a part set. So that's going to be function with LED number 5, which is auto emit on part guard. That's exactly what we want. So that's the zones done now. Now we move to the next block by pressing the star button, and the tone will indicate which mode we're in. Right. Let's just take the speaker fuse out and make it a bit quieter. So the continuous tone means we're in the exit mode. Is the exit mode tone. Okay, right, so what does that mean? Continuous tone enables programming of system and signaling. So block 2 now. Continuous. Done that. The system function table. System functions table. Zone features, so this should be program of the system and signaling. So we've got 4 lit. So 4 is bells only on part guard. Let's just play with this a minute. 3 is timed exit or final door set. So we want final door set really. Oh no, we don't, because we've got the hall PIR. The hall PIR is becoming the front door contact, so we don't want final door set, because that means when you open and shut the front door, it will set the system. We want it on timed exit. So zone LED on, off. God, this is so complicated. So 1 is if LED off, engineer reset. So customer reset, zone light on, zone light off. So 1, if that's on, it's customer reset, which was what we want. Latching time is off. 3, time set is what we want, so we want that on, not final door set. Bells only on part guard, signaling on part. Okay, so when it's on night set, we can have it either going signaling off to a remote servicing station, or we can have it just as alarms only, so it doesn't matter. Then number 5 is no bells or strobe on panic button. Bells and strobe off, so that's what we want. There isn't a panic button, but we want it to sound everywhere, so that's going to go off. When complete, press the hash, the fault light will illuminate. Yep, so hash. Sound, oh right, okay, so this is the next function. Continuous tone. Okay. Program signaling from the signaling, okay. Right, okay, so that's that bit done. We're still in the functions table because of the tone is continuous. Now we're in the signaling functions table because we've got the fault light on. So what it says, when complete, press hash, the fault light will illuminate. That means we're in the next section, which is how many times the system resets. So with just the 2 on, it will if it goes into alarm, it will rearm up to 3 times with that LED on. Number 4, instant bell on entry. That's fine. These are just all default settings. When complete, press star, and then we change to the next block. Yes! The next block. Right, intermittent tone enables programming of timers. Timers. Sound intermittent. My goodness. Zone lights 1 to 6 must be ignored in this mode. Ignore these LEDs in this mode. If you didn't have this manual, you'd be absolutely stuck. Block 3. Now in block 3, LEDs must be ignored in this mode. So we've got the entry time, 30 seconds. No, sorry. Exit time, 30 seconds. Entry time, so exit time first, 30. Entry time, 30. Bell delay. We don't want any bell delay. Fuse went back in. Bell cutoff time, 50. Let's have 10 minutes for a domestic. 10. When complete, press the star. The tone will change from intermittent tone to fast intermittent. You are now in engineer block. Right, so the next programming block is the engineer code. So we do, right. Sounds like block 1 to me. No, that's block 1. Block 2, block 3, block 4. So this is the engineer's code now. Now we have a code which I've got to type in here. So how do you do this? You can now change your engineer's code, factory set as 6666, by entering 4 digits of your own choice. After each digit, the tone will change to clicking, which brings you back to the start of the programming. If you do not want to change engineer code, press... Okay, so we're going to change the engineer's code now. Okay. Which was... That's it. Back to the start of the programming. So we're now in block number 1, which is the zone functions. To go to the next zone, it's this one, but block 2, block 3, block 4. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. Engineer test mode. Okay, we're not going to do that. Signing off. So slide engineer switch 1 to the R position. Close the lid. Make any final tests. Okay, right, okay, whatever. So back down. Okay. Replace the panel lid. Done all the final connections. Put the fuse back in now. Okay. Done that. Close the control panel lid. Make sure any final tests using the engineer's code. Press star. Enter the sign off code, which is always 1, 2, 3, 4. Sign off code. Yes. Oh my goodness. Engineer reset. We don't need to do that. So it looks like we are into normal mode now. So the 4321 is the default code. It should set the system. Yes. Full. Right. Right. Let's go through the testing of this now. Now I've got the screws here. Let's put these back in. These screws are security screwdrivers, although you can always put these in and out by using a pair of side cutters.